Well, it's official. The title says it all. I am sick and tired of being out of shape. Hi, guys, it's good to see you again. And for anyone that is new to the channel, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I have to try to make this video short because it's taking everything to record this because I started feeling sick yesterday, and if I'm not in bed, it just gets worse for me. It's no surprise for those of you that have been following me for the past few years that slowly and gradually I have been gaining some weight. It's really been only the past few months that things have been shifting for me physically and events in my life that has caused me to question and finally be honest with myself that a change needs to happen. My whole life, I've been somewhat active in my day to day business, and then definitely in my teen years and early 20s, I was very active, but at the same time, I had a high metabolic rate because of my youth. In the last handful of years, however, I had shifted from a different career that was less physically demanding than my prior job, and I was driving in my car for half the day. But for a lot of people, which was including myself, when you had an old habit of burning so many calories as was your everyday activity, you had an excuse to, you could pretty much eat whatever you wanted to. However, the eating habits didn't change for me, even though my activity did. So for a year or two, I think I gained about 30 pounds, and I still held it very well. It wasn't really that noticeable. But over the past year or so, I've drastically gained, I believe, another 30 to almost 40 pounds that fluctuated over time. And honestly, my mentality for that was I was lazy and I just didn't care. The career that I had was so demanding every single day for me that it was hard for me to carry on a social life. So in my spare time when I got home, I ate junk food and I played video games before I went to bed. But now come 2018, and I decided to switch careers again, where I am now self-employed and I work from home. And now I definitely don't really move at all whatsoever. I kept constantly lying to myself that everything was fine. I liked being alone, and, I love food, and there's nothing wrong with that. But in the last half year, things have changed for me that really have been bothering me, and it makes living everyday life a little bit of a struggle. One of the things I noticed right away is my gut is so big now that leaning forward for anything constricts my breathing, and it's a chore to tie my shoes or sit down and try to relax whatsoever without having the need to lay back. If I walk up the stairs in my house, I get out of breath, and I've never had that happen ever in my life before. I've definitely seen symptoms of possibly having type 2 diabetes. And, people say I snore now, and I probably might have sleep apnea. And again, I never experienced this, not even a year ago. I don't normally talk about my personal life too much because I live such a hermit lifestyle, whether it's gaming or watching movies or anime, that, I, there's nothing much to share. And the only thing that I deal with aside from doing my hobbies is I have to deal with the loneliness that I put on myself. And one of my comforts for that was food. The reason I chose not to have a social life is because I am ashamed of how I look. And because of that, my depression caught up to me. Now, a year ago, it was really bad, but I've been working on myself for the last few months. And, I'm actually in a good mood almost all the time now. I've really taken a good handle on it. But like everybody else, we all suffer from it to a degree. And, we're going to have our bad days. I mean, aside from being a big guy, I can't fit in almost all my clothes now. And of course, I don't shop for new clothes because I'm always telling myself I'm going to lose the weight, so why waste money on clothes I'll never wear again? And the only people that ever see me with my shirt off is my family, because over this past year, I gained the weight so fast that I've got stretch marks all over my body. I really wanted to talk about this for a long time, but I kept lying to myself that I was ready to make a change, because I knew that probably the next day I was just going to switch back up to the habit. And then I put out a BS video to you guys that, oh, be ready, a change is going to happen. It would mean so much to me if I could just go out and, have everyday friends again, and possibly even date. I rarely date. And one of the reasons I don't is because I don't feel attractive. I am just always been comfortable being the funny guy. I don't need to be cut or shredded or have a raging six pack. I just want to be healthy. So today I weighed myself on the scale, which is something I don't really do anymore. And it's a sad number at 266. For me personally, to consider being healthy, I would like to be at 200 again. I have not seen that in, I think, 4 or 5 years. The deadline that I'm making for myself to reach that goal is I'd like to reach it by May 1st in 2019, which I think is a pretty good amount of time, especially since I've been in really good shape before. So there's going to be periods where I know I'm going to lose weight fast as long as I'm disciplined and consistent. And yes, it's going to be tough. It's going to suck because exercise and eating right has been non-existent for me for almost a year and a half now. And the first few weeks is really going to suck. But I've overcome things before. I am sick and tired of living this way. I'm still young. I should be enjoying myself. So this is where you guys come in. I would absolutely love to have a supportive community that will be with me this entire journey on reaching my goal to being healthy for the rest of my life. I'm debating whether I'll do a video a week or every 2 weeks on just the update of my health, or maybe do a live stream every once in a while of me working out if you guys want to work out with me. These are just a few ideas that have come in my head, but I would really love to hear your guys' feedback on what you would like to see. I'm sorry if you guys were hoping for like me being really emotional talking about this, but I've been depressed and cried about this so many times before. I'm kind of already dried out about it. And I don't want to put on a show for you guys. This is how I am talking one-to-one to people, just being serious and brutally honest. I don't want to wait till January 1st to get started. I want to get started today, well, maybe tomorrow because I'm sick right now. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I just thought I'd let you guys in on the loop that things are going to change and you will be seeing them happening over the next few months. Well, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for sitting down with me and taking the time to hear me out about the things that I deal with and the things that I want to improve on. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. And if you guys ever want to talk with me, feel free to message me in the comments below or message me on Twitter. It's really the only way you guys can get a hold of me. But, I love talking to you guys, and if you have any suggestions or inquiries on the updated content about what I'll be doing to be healthier, please let me know. I listen and read everybody. Thanks again, guys. I love you. Take care.